G'day folks, my name's Wayne, welcome back to MC News. Today we're going to talk a little bit about setup on the Desert X. I was lucky enough to find a reasonable sort of a setup on the road when we were on the launch. But yeah, wasn't quite able to find a setting that I was comfortable with off-road. So I was lucky enough to get Ducati to throw one of these at me for a few weeks over the Christmas break. Out and about, got lots of rides, lots of footage to walk through, but yeah, did find a setting that I was happy with. And yeah, we'll take you through it. But just quick recap on the Desert X. Obviously it's Ducati's most adventure ready bike, the newest in their lineup, 937cc engine, putting out about 110 horsepower, weighs about 223 kilos, and really is, as I said, their most capable off-road bike in their lineup, ahead of the Multistrada. Really quite a capable thing, surprising capabilities on road, but yeah, we're much more sort of focused on the off-road setup in this video. Lots of footage for you to enjoy, so I'll stop talking and we'll get straight into it. So a little bit firmer front, a little bit firmer rear, more preload in the rear especially, but less than it was yesterday when it was very skittish. I'm also going to try something else as well. I'm running mid-level power and smooth throttle today, just to see if that also just changes the vibe in general. We'll see how it goes, because it is quite sandy out here. It's getting drier and drier with this summer weather. So, and by the way, that's what the sort of standard enduro pace note style of dash display looks like, if I haven't seen it, on which you wouldn't have on the other the other screens when it was in full rally mode. So yeah, so now I'll be able to flick between rally and enduro mode, and have a bit of a toy and play around with which one I prefer and which one's better. But let's try this today. Hopefully this is going to give me enough feel in that front without it being as lively as yesterday. We'll see how it goes. So I've still got traction control set to 1, just as it was yesterday, and I didn't feel too bad with traction control wise. As I said yesterday, I'm just going to put the visor down to cut the wing noise a little bit. Hopefully that's better. So as I said yesterday, we're still running the Pirelli STR tyres that come with the Desert X from the showroom. I don't know actually if there is an option for an alternative tyre that's a little bit more dirt oriented, like a Tructionator or something, but yeah, that's a little bit better. It didn't feel as flighty already over some of those bumps, soaking them up a little bit more controlled than yesterday. And so I'm still on good enough power at mid-level without it really sort of doing it up too much. So it's definitely feeling less skittish than what it was here. I didn't go down this particular track the other day, went around a different shortcut, but if you want to, if you're so inclined, you could probably watch this back to back with my run down here with the Touareg. That might be interesting, just to see levels of confidence. But this is feeling pretty good today. Feeling better. Big bumps down here, steady on. This will be interesting. Not bad. Another one there. I just wanted to slap that one to see if it was going to bottom out. So far so good. This is interesting. It's been feeling okay through the sand too. On the road up here, freshly graded track, very sandy. I was just getting my weight back and keeping that throttle nailed, and it was feeling pretty nice.
So yeah, this feels promising. That might be up a bit more again today. I don't know where that's coming from. I feel like I'm giving you the local weather report. Well, the water's up, the water's down. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better about it today. Because yesterday it was, yeah, very quick to shake the head. So it could be a combination of two things, which is why I wanted to try them. Both the suspension setting and running a slightly softer power map with mid power, because this stuff is, you know, it's not your normal gravel road sweepers type stuff. It's choppy and there's whoops and it's reasonably technical. So just dialing up the ease side of things a bit. So let's go up here today. This is going to be interesting in the sand. Oi! Definitely is. Put your weight back. Yeah, that's alright though. So far. Yeah, again, I would definitely like some better tyres, but suspension wise it's doing nicely. And to be honest, it's more about a suspension test than it is a tyre test, because clearly tyres can make a pretty big difference. That's that thing again where it goes into neutral and then you sort of get a, I mean, it was a bit lazy on my part, so it probably wasn't a false neutral as such, but I've had it happen to me a few times now. So interesting. And yeah, when you do get, see, that's not bottoming out, when you do hit that false neutral sort of a deal, it's got a rev limiter, like a soft limiter that kicks in really low. I don't think I've come across anything like that before. So as you can see, this is really this is a very, very good track to test suspension settings for obvious reasons. Really choppy in spots, and that's why I use it, if I'm honest. Yeah, quick shifter again is still, look, it's okay, but it's not blowing me away. Very sandy through here. Fingers crossed the STRs do a job. Oi. Yeah, it's alright. Oh, still alright. Oh gee, that's chopped up. Just, oh, again. Yeah. Yeah, see, I might actually, now I think about it, you can adjust the lever position. Now I've assumed that it's still in the right position, but it might, yeah, that could be as much as anything. So that bottomed out, like these aren't, that didn't. Yeah, okay. So there's probably a compromise with that in terms of your level of comfort and compliance with how big are you going to be launching over things. And so far, probably pretty happy, because it's only really nasty. It's only really bottomed out that once, and everything else, if you've got to make a trade-off, everywhere else it's been okay. So, you know, it's not a motocross bike, so yeah, I think all in all this is the better setting for getting out and getting rowdy. Yes, that did just kiss the end of the stroke then too. So, you know, you want to limit your hang time if you can. Get your rear to land first, maybe. New Year's Eve today, so by the time you folks see this video, very choppy here. Gee, this has got a lot worse. By the time you folks see this video, it will be 2023. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had a good one. Hope 2023 is even better than 2022 was. I know it was been a tough few years for a whole bunch of people. Here's hoping it gets better for everyone. See, that didn't bottom out. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think we might have found the Goldilocks. You know, this is all right. So this is pretty close to off-road normal, I think it's called, in the owner's manual. Close enough to there to call it. I probably should have just went there first instead of going extreme and nearly putting myself in the bushes. But hey, this is the stuff that I do for you folks. No, this feels alright. It's interesting because I can't help but constantly compare it to the Tuareg, which is now, you know, my benchmark in terms of handling for smaller adventure bikes. Well, really any adventure bikes. Now, it's still not as confidence inspiring as that. It's a taller bike, so you know, it takes a little bit more work, a little bit more concentration. But gee, it's just not a bad thing. I mean, yeah, we're not going to set any Dakar times. Go Toby, go Chucky. They've just started today. So, yeah, wish those boys all the best. Yeah, look, I'm not going to be setting any stage times for that. But, you know, you can probably tell we're flowing along quite nicely. Feeling pretty good. Those STRs are occasionally trailing a little bit when I'm asking more than they want to give, but all in all it's pretty good. And if I was, you know, if I was lucky enough to throw a set of more aggressive rubber, as I said, some tractionators or something on it, then that would make it even better. So the transition of course from, you know, no grip to grip would be a lot better. Front end would be a lot better in this sandy stuff. Yeah, so that would clearly make it better again. The Tuareg has a bit of an advantage there because it already has them on it. So, you know, take that into account too, but it's flowing quite nicely over this stuff. I'm quite happy. Quite happy indeed. So when we get down the end here, oh yeah, bloody hell, I had a tuck there the other day. What was I on the other day? Had another front end slide. Exactly the same spot. Anyway, when I get down to the intersection down here, I'm going to go right, and then we will also try one more track that won't be as whooped out as this. It'll probably be a little bit more atypical, but no, these are good tests, these ones. So yes, Ducati Desert X. Now that I've dialed it in, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that setting now. Obviously went too hard yesterday, suspension wise. I went to off-road sports, and it was, yeah, very skittish in the front and too firm in the rear. Yeah, would do, you know, compression lockups and this sort of stuff and all sorts of malarkey, but that's not bad now. It's still a little bit more work than some other bikes. I think it's still harder to punt along at speed than something like the 890 Adventure R or the Touareg. But there's a lot of capability in there, and I think it's a better on-road bike than either of those. So there's your compromise. Yeah, quite the compelling offer. But as I said, I think on the launch, this lower tank area down in here, that's plastic, but that's the tank. A little bit prone to damage if you do drop it, so you definitely want to get tank protection. And I couldn't buy one and not get the full Termi system on there. Would have to. More power on the road, sounds amazing, better map, the whole deal. But I love the styling of the Desert X. Anyone who's probably, you know, got a little bit of age to them, this will appeal to them, I think, very much. That old sort of, you know, rally Kajiva style, and it's just beautiful and simple. Nice, clean, simple lines. Yeah, I think I said here just yesterday when I was talking about the Multistrada that Ducati don't make ugly motorcycles, and they certainly haven't with this one. But yeah, I'm going to keep going up this track. It's just more of the same. So it's probably enough in terms of footage. I'm not going to bore you with more of the same rambling, but yeah, have found the setting that I like. Took a bit of work to get there, but yeah, just the off-road standard. It's close enough to it, and that's now quite well balanced front to rear. Front is feeling better. Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all now. I'd like more aggressive rubber, both ends, that would really bring it to life even more in this stuff, because this is, as you can see, it's quite sandy. But no, I'm happy with that now. Happy. And in terms of, yeah, as I said, compromises, road to off-road, gee, this is a pretty compelling thing. And looks stunning. I love it. So, there you go. That's it for me. We'll catch you in the next one. Take it to motorbikes.